So let's, we could focus a little bit here on these. So I want to read some things to you from, okay, let me go to Matthew and read his version of that. Jesus saith unto him, so the question here is, Master, which is a great commandment? We back up. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempted him. I'm in verse 35, Matthew 22, and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. The second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay? Now let's go to, we may come back there. Let's go to Matthew 19. See, this is recorded quite a bit and used in different instances. Matthew 19 and verse 19. Verse 16, and behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? So here's the question again. He said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. He saith unto him, Which? Jesus said, Thou shalt do no murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother. Jesus is giving some principles here. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. All right? Notice there was one he didn't mention right there. Okay? But let's look at a couple things here about self-love here. So I mentioned this already in my exhortation. We'll deal with both of them, but I'm going to deal with the second one first. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Self-love, as it is generally called, has been grievously declaimed against, even by religious people, as most pernicious and dreadful evil. And we understand why. But they have not understood the subject on which they spoke. So getting some clarification. They have denominated the intense propensity which unregenerate men feel to gratify their carnal appetites and vicious passions, self-love. Okay? And we know that Paul said, Timothy, men will be lovers of their own selves. And so this would be what that would be speaking of. But Jesus brought this, and God declared it in the commandments, to love your neighbor as yourself. So this is not dealing with a carnal, fleshly appetite of self-love in this particular. Okay? Whereas it might be more properly termed self-hatred or self-murder. Meaning the carnal appetites of self-desire, self-indulgence. Instead of really, they love what their flesh is craving. Okay, but that's not what Jesus is talking about here. So let's look into this a little bit further. Whereas it might be more properly termed self-hatred or self-murder. Because you know what? If you just give in to the flesh, it will destroy you. And you can say, your flesh loves this. Your flesh loves the lust of this and the taste of that and the craving of this. Adam Clark said that should be properly termed as self-hatred and self-murder. Wonder how many people's ever considered that. You know, so I want to focus there just a little bit. That's not where I want to spend too much time. But when you just give the flesh its way, whatever it is, All these things we talked about being delivered from this morning and bound up. You know what it was? It was the flesh. The flesh was ruling us. The flesh was craving things that was destroying the soul. That was in opposition and really hating the soul that was crying